And we welcome you back to PNC Park. As you said, it is a pup night here. Very popular promotion. And the doggies are ready for game one of this three-game series. The lineup for Charlie Manuel, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Jimmy Rollins, veteran speedy leadoff hitter, followed by Shane Victorino in center. Chase Utley is at second base. Ryan Howard, the cleanup man. Raul Ibanez is in left. Matt Stairs, former Pirate, in right. Pedro Feliz. And then Carlos Ruiz, last 7 games, hitting over 300. Be followed by Joe Blanton. And we're just told we've got a defensive change for the Pirates. Lastings, Millage, Andrew McCutcheon, Garrett Jones in the outfield, left to right. Andy LaRoche, and it's going to be Luis Cruz rather than Ronnie Cedeno, Delwyn Young, and Steve Pearce. Ryan Domet behind the plate. Cedeno apparently, obviously, a last-second scratch. He had a broken right pinky finger. Suffered it on Friday night, missed the last 2 days, but was in the lineup today until just a few moments ago. So Luis Cruz starts at shortstop. And this is the injury that took place on Friday night. Got his right hand in there early, Bob.
Yep, you can see it right there. Hit his kind of the backside of his throwing hand. A little crack in the bone in the pinky. Must not have been feeling very well during pregame warm-ups. Cruz is out there.
Ross Ollendorf out there trying to win his 12th game. He has been stellar.
Yeah, he's got good numbers overall, but of late they've been fantastic, and also his home numbers are to envy. Anybody would envy those. But it's a test today.
Yeah, this is
tonight.
the big test. It's one thing, nothing against the Brewers or the Reds. Pirates winning 5 of 6. This is a big test here, these 3 games.
You go up against the Phillies, you got to bring your A game.
First pitch swinging. Jimmy Rollins drives it deep, and it is gone. 1 pitch, 1-0 Phillies. Rollins' 16th home run of the year.
Wow, how about that first pitch of the game? As I said, bring your A game.
21st home run allowed by Ollendorf.
I just started it off with a fastball belt high down the middle. Maybe a little above the belt. We'll get a good look from the side where that pitch was. Yet just a little bit above the belt. You know, Rollins not really a very big swing at it. Very controlled type swing. But he's strong, as you just got to see. .177 home runs this year by the Phillies. By far and away the most in the National League.
Marino pops it up.
You see in slow motion that the swing is, you know, very under control. Ball was up. You know, we talk a lot about being up, out, over the plate. That's the poster boy right there, that pitch for up, out, over the plate. A little above the belt and just to the outside half of right down the middle.
Chase Utley. Ball 1. Utley hitting .300 with 26 homers, 81 runs batted in.
They got a very good chance of having 4 guys this year with 30 or more home runs.
Ryan Howard with 34, Jason Worth with 29, Raul Ibanez has 27, and Utley with 26. They become the 12th foursome in Major League history to hit 30 each. Last team to do it, the 2006 White Sox. Jermaine Dye, Jim Thome, Paul Konerko, Joe Creedy. And a base hit for Utley brings up Howard.
You know, you were just talking about how many teams have done it. The first time it was done was 77, I believe.
Yeah.
with the Dodgers. It just shows you how the game has evolved and how the home run has kind of taken over.
Yeah.
The last 30 years. It had never been done in all of baseball for what, 100 years? Until the Dodgers did it in '77. Now the Phillies will be the 12th since then.
Yeah, true.
The long ball has become a very important game, obviously. A very important facet of the game.
Phillies continuing to lead the league now with 177 homers, third overall in the big leagues. Rockies are next in the National League with 147. They've hit 101 through 69 games this season, fastest they've ever gotten to 100 in club history, beating last year's mark.
Ton of them on the road too, right?
Yep. And it's 0-2 on Ryan Howard. Let's get to Bob's Tips to Win, presented by our friends at Rivers Casino.
Well, scratch the first one. Keep him in the yard.
Put a big scratch mark on it. Just exit.
That didn't work. The other thing, you know, Blanton, and we talked about this a little bit right there at the very end of the Open. He hasn't won on the road since June 1st. It's going on almost 3 months since he's got a win on the road.
So as good as he,
maybe that's a chink in their armor tonight. As good as he has been, he's had bad luck on the road as far as getting W's.
This guy, Ryan Howard, a ballpark that seems to be made for him, PNC Park. He just can't get it done in this ballpark.
Comes up empty on a great curveball. Man, that was a good hook. It's got to be getting into his head now a little bit. You know, when it first started, you know, happening to him, probably didn't notice it much. But now, when he comes here, he has to realize how poor his numbers are.
2 hits in his last 26 at bats here at PNC Park. A 159 career hitter in this yard.
And we had the All-Star game here. He won the home run hitting contest in this ballpark. He does know how to get a ball over the fence, but only during batting practice.
Ibanez has been a great pickup for the Phillies. 5th in slugging in the National League.
You know, I was just thinking about you know, Rollins. You know, he's a guy that could also, if he was to just catch fire and have a big year, he possibly could hit 30 home runs, especially playing in their home ballpark. Wouldn't that be something?
Yeah.
5 with 30 or more. Can't do it now. He's got 16. But I mean, you look at the makeup of their club. That when the season started was a possibility.
Well, he hit 30, you know, 2007. So yeah,
there
it's
you go.
Not out of the realm of possibility.
I mean, there is a ton of power on that Philly team. There's no doubt.
One ball, one strike on Raul Ibanez.
Nobody, no place to really rest against the Phillies when it comes to the long ball.
Ollendorf, second in the league in pickoffs. He's really good keeping those guys honest over at first base.
Very quick with the ball over there, and what really makes it for him, I think, is his accuracy. Most of the time, he's got that ball right there, so Pierce can get a quick tag down. There it is again, right there on the bag. Davey Lopes, the first base coach, he was on that 77 team.
Yeah.
We're talking about the Dodgers being the first club. Lopes was the second baseman for them. First club to have 4 guys that hit 30.
Reggie Smith, Dusty Baker, Ron Say, and of course Steve Garvey. Teammates with Davey Lopes at great infield around a long time. Lopes at second, Bill Russell at short, Ron Say at third, and Steve Garvey at first. Those great Dodger teams. The Dodgers, the only team with a better record than the Phillies in the National League. Phils won the World Series last year, and they're starting to roll. Coming off a series sweep against the New York Mets, Ryan Howard hit 2 home runs yesterday. The game ended on an Eric Bruntlett unassisted triple play on Sunday. They've won 11 of their last 13. Pitching staff on the road, 380, best in the bigs, and a 1.14 ERA for the bullpen over the last 10 games. Charlie Manuel's team is rolling.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot that they can point to right now that's not going right for him. Cliff Lee, they picked him up. That's kind of similar to what Milwaukee did with Sabathia. I mean, that Lee coming over, he's 5-0 and just giving them that extra push, and you got to believe he's going to be big for them in the postseason. That was a great pickup. There was a lot of talk about Holiday going over there, and they went for Lee instead, and man, has that paid off for them.
Yeah, you can't have the Doc Halladay, so they go after Cliff Lee. And happy they did.
Oh, very happy they did. 5 starts, 5-0, 0.68 ERA as a fill in 5 starts, and that's amazing.
3-2, and Ibanez fouls it out of play.
And that move right there might get Ruben Amaro Executive of the Year. I mean, that's just turned out to be a genius move.
We will not see Cliff Lee in this series. Tomorrow it's Cole Hamels, the MVP of the World Series last year, not pitching as well as Cliff Lee. Jay Happ, 10-2 his rookie year, starts Thursday night for the Phillies against Charlie Morton. And a walk. Putting runners at first and second. Cliff Lee yesterday in New York. Another outstanding start since being picked up from the Cleveland Indians. As Bob said, 5-0 in his 5 starts with the Phillies. The first pitcher to win each of his first 5 starts with the team since rookie Marty Bystrom did it in September of 1980.
Marty was a September call-up. Somebody got hurt. He made the start.
How about that?
And threw a complete game victory in his first major league start against the Mets, I believe it was. And so they put him out there again 5 days later, and he just kept winning. And we ended up winning the division by 1 game. So Bystrom, an extremely important part of that September push.
There's Matt Stairs. The one-time bucko, Pedro Martinez, a pickup. Made 3 starts.
He had pitched all
okay.
Yeah, his numbers are.
They've gotten him plenty of offense.
Yeah, his numbers aren't very pretty. In fact, he's only got in 3 starts, 14 innings, 8 earned runs.
Swing and a miss. Stairs goes down on strikes. Domo will have to throw to first to complete the strikeout. Not a great throw, but Pierce goes up to get it. 1 pitch. Jimmy Rollins homers. 1-0 Phillies. 1-0 Phils. Time to check out John Russell's starting lineup, brought to you by PNC. Andrew McCutchen, the leadoff man, followed by Delwyn Young, switch hitting second baseman. Garrett Jones, last 6 games hitting .348. He hit a bomb in Philadelphia just before the All-Star break. Andy LaRoche, Ryan Domit, Lastings, Millage. And it's Steve Pearce, Luis Cruz, the late addition to the lineup, and Ollendorf. McCutchen, .284 average, 7 homers, 36 RBIs. One of the few guys that did anything on Sunday. Pirates dropped the 4-1 decision to the Reds in 3 hours and 30 minutes, collecting only 5 hits. But McCutchen was on 3 times, a couple of walks, a base hit. Continues to impress in his rookie campaign. We'll have an inside look or sound to Andrew McCutchen tomorrow night. He'll be mic'd up during the telecast. Game 2 of the series. Broken bat and a foul ball. Barrel will be picked up by Jimmy Rollins.
You see Blanton's numbers. You know, talking earlier about he hasn't won a game since June 1st, and we were also talking about Pedro Martinez. Even though he's 2-0 and 3 starts with the Phils, but he really hadn't pitched very well. They've scored a lot of runs, and how that record can always be misleading. You know what his ERA is since he won his road ERA since he won his last road game, Greg?
What?
It is. Well, now I got to find it again.
Oh, darn it!
It is. 253. 253.
So 0-2, 253 in those 5 games.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not his fault.
No. And a base hit for McCutchen.
But it's just you never really know about. Well, look at Duke this year. Duke's got 10 wins. He could have 15. They just.
As you said many times, you have to look beyond the numbers.
It's
they
sometimes
can be so deceiving.
It's what days you pitch, not how well you pitch. That can be the case sometimes.
Zach Duke's next start will be Friday night in Milwaukee. Delwyn Young, batting average of .312 and .327 average from this side of the plate. McCutchen, 14 steals and 15 attempts.
Real quick with that slide step. Andrew's going to have to work for this one if he wants to run.
They don't run much on Blanton.
He gets the ball to the catcher like he's trying to turn a double play. Watch that left foot of his. It just comes up off the ground just a little bit, and then he'll just slide it to the plate and throw. No leg kick for Blanton. Watch the left foot just come up a little bit, and he'll put it right back down. I mean, that toe doesn't come off the ground more than about 2 inches. You know, some guys, they'll bring that left knee all the way up into their chest, and all that stuff takes a long time. And somebody like McCutchen, you know, that's a couple of steps, and the catcher has no chance then.
There he goes. He got a great jump. No chance as the pitch was in the dirt.
He's getting a little more comfortable out there. Takes off right away. Here's that step we're talking about. There's the foot just barely up. And Greg, you were right. He left exactly when that left foot moved. Great jump is right.
McCutchen now with 15 steals and 16 tries. And he in a bit of a battle with a handful of other players for that Rookie of the Year vote, including the starting pitcher coming up on Thursday night. We mentioned Jay Happ.
We had Homer Bailey out the other night in that first inning with that big, huge leg kick of his. Very slow to the plate. Andrew wouldn't run on him in that first inning. But tonight, a guy that's real quick, tough to run on, he takes off. Confidence is building.
Look at this bouncing ball. Second baseman Utley with the throw, and he gets Delwyn Young by a half a step.
You got Andrew to third. That's all right. Very productive out. I'm even wondering if somebody might have said something as you watch the throw over the first base that got Young about, why didn't you run in that first inning the other night with very slow pitcher on the mound. They put it in his head, I gotta go. And even with a quick guy out there, he took off. Infield back.
Looking for the tying run here, and another rookie, Garrett Jones. Joe Blanton knows all about Garrett Jones. It was Blanton who faced Jones back on July the 10th in Philly in the first inning, and Jones crushed a 436-foot home run over the 40-foot high batter's eye in dead center onto Ashburn Alley, the concourse. Only Ryan Howard, the only other player to do that in that ballpark. And so I understand him being a little bit cautious here. 3-0. Andy LaRoche on deck. Three and one the count on Garrett Jones. 14 home runs on the year, 28 RBIs.
Chased it. Yeah. I think guessing strike there on that 3-1 pitch, thinking, okay, 3-1, he's coming to me, and I'm going to try and drive one. Chased off speed pitch down. Two in a row.
Wow. Big K for Blanton as Jones chased.
3-0. Infield back. All you need is any kind of a ground ball. You get all that speed at third. Anything. Just put something out there fair, and you would have probably got the run home.
McCutcheon still at third with 2 outs for Andy LaRoche. Got the day off on Sunday. Just 1 hit in his last 11 at bats. And he takes ball 1. A 260 hitter with men in scoring position. Broken bat, pop up.
This might score the run.
Caught by Blanton.
I didn't think anybody was going to get it. Blanton was waiting. I just saw it off, but at first Blanton is looking for help. He didn't want to make this catch himself. He's looking around, he's pointing up, somebody got it, and then he realized, if I don't catch this ball, if this hits the grass, I'm going to give up a run. They're not going to throw out LaRoche at first. And he had to go back and make the over-the-shoulder catch.
He and Rollins had a chuckle on their way off the field. Eddie LaRoche, nothing to smile about there, as Blanton was able to shut the door down on the Bucks. The strikeout of Garrett Jones with McCutchen 90 feet away.
Yeah, they got away. They played the infield back. A lot of confidence in their offense. Some managers will play the infield end in the first inning with one out, as they had, but Charlie Manuel, as you understandably, as you probably should, thinks, well, we've got a pretty good offense. I'm not worried about this one run. So he played him back. Was going to give up the run just to get it out, and we couldn't get it in.
Bottom third of the order, Pedro Feliz leads off. 277 hitter. Two and two.
See what a strong lineup they have. The number 7 hitter with 63 RBIs. End up with 70 something, you would think, 75 maybe.
Umpiring crew, C.B. Bucknor at home plate. Mike Everett at first. The crew chief is Brian Gorman. He's the second base umpire, and Mike Hesterbrook at third. To center, a good jump by McCutchen. He's amazing.
He got a little bit of help there, by playing center field. He could look straight in and see where the location was in that swing. A reaching kind of half swing. He can't hit that ball very far.
What's unbelievable about him is that almost every line drive that is hit to dead center, not only is he catching it not even shoestring, but most of them are right around his head.
Well, that last replay was excellent. You could see there was no hesitation. Immediately broke in because he saw the reaching type swing, half swing off the end of the bat. He knew ball's not hit hard. I got to go get it. And we saw
the jumps he gets off. Incredible.
How about that jump he got off first base? That was that when we were looking at Blanton's shoe, you could see him in the background. As soon as the shoe cleared the cleats weren't even hardly out of the dirt yet, and McCutchen had broke for second. I mean, that's pretty good reaction time. Heck of a tree.
Yeah. He'll be mic'd up tomorrow.
Watch his reactions. There's a foot, and he's gone. The foot comes up, and you can see his right foot making the pivot, the turn.
Ollendorf goes to work on the Phillies catcher. Headed toward the seats. Still 2-2. And now full count.
Yeah, this is part of the lineup. You have to really pitch well against. You like the rest, but even Ruiz, he's got 8 home runs and 250 at bats. That's nothing to sneeze at. It's not like you can just not even worry about him. If he made a bad pitch, he could even hurt you.
Popped up. Cruz. Check out tonight's Geico quote. Ramon Vasquez about serving as the team leader. It's something that somebody has to do. I'm the oldest guy. I think everybody expects me to be the guy. I'm just going to do whatever I can to help whoever needs help. Ramon Vasquez in his first year on the 2-year contract. Vasquez 1 for 4 on Sunday. Two now on the pitcher.
Yeah, this is the one spot where there actually is a rest. I mean, this is where you got to go. Blanton doesn't hit much. Only 4 hits this year and 40 at bats. Get rid of him and get back in the dugout.
That's exactly what he did. Get rid of him. Back in the dugout go the Bucks. The return of a popular promotion: for every run the Pirates score during tonight's game and for the next 2 games against the Phillies, you'll receive $1 off the purchase price of left and right field box seats for the series against the Cardinals here at PNC Park, Friday, September 4th through Sunday, September 6th. So watch the next 3 games, total it up. It'll be your savings. Tickets will be available for purchase starting at 9 a.m. this Friday morning at pirates.com/howmanyruns, or at the PNC box office, or by calling 1-800-5-BUCKS. Regular price $24. Going to start working on bringing that price tag down. Domet leads off. Blanton has given up 22 home runs. Ohlendorf allowed his 21st of the year tonight to Jimmy Rollins.
You know, something I don't think we've talked about tonight. How about the way the Phillies been throwing strikes of late?
No walks in the last 33 consecutive innings. I think 5 walks in the last
60 something.
68 innings.
5 walks, 68 innings. That's incredible.
That is incredible.
For a team.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not talking about Greg Maddux or something. We're talking about a team. That's doing something. It's throwing strikes.
Pitching coaches love that. Rich Doobie, his son Mike, is a Pirates minor league pitcher. Line foul. Cole Hamels pitches tomorrow against Paul Mahalam. Jay Happ against Charlie Morton on Thursday. And a fly ball to right field. Ryan Domet kicks it goodbye. It's 1-1.
Take $1 off.
Make it $23. for now. Number 8 for Doman.
Yeah, he got it started with the bat
Saturday, right?
Yeah, I was going to say 3 or 4
Of course, he hit
ago.
the ball hard Friday.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Is I couldn't remember what day it was. But there was a game where he really did lace the ball very well, and as you said, got nothing for it. But you could see the bat was coming back. He wasn't chasing the off-speed pitches. He's back.
Bucks have homered in 6 of their last 7. And that's a fair ball for Lastings Milledge. Hugging the line into the corner. Milledge into second with a double following the home run.
Yeah, nobody out. The swing of Milledge. Chopped it hard just inside the bag. You can see on the Southwest field cam. That's a double.
Milledge now 8 hits over his last 23 at bats, covering the last 7 games, over 300.
Get him to third now. Pierce needs to try and drive this ball either back through the middle or to right field. Hole anything. You can tell by the swing there, that's the direction he's trying to go.
1-800-SAFE-AUTO reminds you that you are safe at home with Safe Auto, proudly supporting the Obadiah Cole Foundation for prostate cancer screening and awareness. Early detection is the cure. Doman's home run ties it at 1. Runner breaks for third. Lastings Milledge has himself a stolen base.
And now Pierce can just go for himself. He doesn't have to worry about getting anybody over. All he's got to think about is an RBI. Boy, look at that big jump. Not paying any attention to him at all. Quick little look over the shoulder just to see what was going on. Hand went straight to the bag.
So here we are again, same spot, runner at third. This time nobody out in the infield conceding.
And this time it's already a tie ball game. So they're going to give up the lead to get an out. And of course, with nobody out, that's the big change.
Look out, snap throw, and almost thrown over the head of the third baseman Feliz. Ruiz gunned one. Count 2-2.
You know what I thought was really weird about that whole deal is they threw that ball out of play. Never even looked at it. They changed baseballs.
Incredible, isn't it?
If I was blind, I was like, why? Why are we throwing that ball out?
Any ball that goes in the dirt, I guess.
That one didn't hit the dirt, did it?
I think it did, yeah. On the backhand of the catcher.
Oh,
okay. A strikeout for Blanton, so there's one down. Brings up Luis Cruz.
Infield is going to come in now.
So it starts at 24, now at 23 thanks to the Doman home run. We'll follow the score, total it up all the way through Thursday night's game. And that will be the price of the left and right field box seats for that series against Albert Pujols, Matt Holliday, and the St. Louis Cardinals. The infield in with Luis Cruz.
Man, you're trying to keep us at 23. I don't like that.
Yeah. Don't mess with us there, Charlie. Oh, 0-2. Sure like their chances with Ohlendorf on deck if they get Cruz of getting out of it. Tap towards short. Milledge does not break. 2 outs. Odd, isn't it?
Yeah, I kind of thought with a hitter on, or excuse me, pitcher on deck, as a Southwest field candidate, he would be going on contact. But They didn't, and now it's up to Ohlendorf to try to knock it in with a base hit with 2 outs.
Ohlendorf 3 hits and 49 at bats.
I could see if Millage was going on contact, with that ball chopped in the air, Rawlings having to go toward the hole to get it, he had a very good chance of scoring.
Oh, and 2.
Only just 3 hits this year. This is 50th at bat.
Surprising, the Pirates did not have Millage going on contact there, and Blanton able to get out of it. But Ryan Domit's leadoff home run ties it. After 2, it's 1-1.
Pirates baseball on FSN Pittsburgh is brought to you by McDonald's new McCafe coffees, creamy lattes, rich mochas, and frothy cappuccinos. Only at McDonald's. I'm loving it. And by Day Automotive. We're going to make your day.
Welcome back. Time to check out our Day Automotive this day in Pirates baseball history. It was on this day in San Diego in 1979, 30 years ago. Pirates played their longest game ever, 6 hours, 12 minutes. They win it 4-3 in 19 innings. One of the most memorable games, really, in Pirates history. Jack Murphy Stadium. And Jimmy Rollins, a fly ball to deep right field, and Rollins has had 2 swings tonight and has homered.
The 2 pitches. He's seen 2 pitches tonight.
A 2-homer night, 2-1 Philadelphia.
Yeah, he tried something different. First pitch fastball that was up and away a little bit. That looked like probably a slider. Didn't have a real big break to it. Down and in. I think that's a slider. Well, he's got 4 pitches, so he can try something different on each at bat.
Yep. Wow.
I know what some of the old school guys would say to try next time.
Yeah. Well, Ole's a little old school. Maybe we'll see. Take another look at this home run, a different view from the splash cam.
This is the part of the ballpark that will give up a cheapie now and then. Not too far out there. All you got to do is make sure you get it high in the air, get it elevated so that it clears the 21-foot Clemente wall.
Strike on Utley. He singled to right field in the first inning. Jimmy Rollins now with 17 homers. 6th multi-homer game. That home run in the first inning of the 31st career leadoff homer for Rollins. I guess the day off yesterday did him good. A rare day off yesterday in the game against the Mets. His first day off since June 29th. Charlie Manuel figured he wouldn't have many more the rest of the way.
Well, they can give a day off every now and then and not miss much. They have a lot of firepower, as we've been talking about. Worth out of there today. His 29 home runs. You know what he has? That's 29 home runs.
Utley.
Is he banged up or anything, or is he just having a day off?
Just day off. Utley was banged up over the winter. Hip surgery.
Yeah.
Slow start, but don't see any ill effects from it. Second in on-base percentage, tied for second in runs scored with 90.
They were all a little slow coming out of the chute this year. They're rolling now.
Of course, I know how much you, I don't know if despise, maybe too strong a word, the suggestions that meetings mean anything. But there was a story today in the Philly papers about the August 9th meeting that Charlie Manuel had. He rarely does it, but they got whooped 12-3 to the Marlins. They were playing really bad baseball fundamentally. They looked tired. Nice catch by a Bucco fan here at PNC Park. So Charlie Manuel, after that loss to the Marlins, closed the door and he let them have it. And they've gone 11-2 since. So, coincidentally or not, Phillies players were asked about it and said, you know, it did wake us up. We needed a talking to. Charlie Manuel gives some people the impression that he's just a good old country boy and you can just pull anything over on him. Nothing could be further from the truth. Now in his 5th year as the skipper of the Phillies, led them to the World Series. Former Indian skipper. Utley draws the walk. It's the second free pass allowed by Ollendorf and brings up Ryan Howard, who struck out in the first. Gets to our barrel.com leaders, game-winning RBIs. Ryan Howard 16, 3 behind Benji Molina of the Giants. Barrel.com definitely worth the click. For a time, that was an official stat.
Why is it still?
Why isn't it?
Yeah.
They thought it was silly.
It's as good as any of the other stats they've made up. They make up stats all the time that are silly. Why was that any sillier than anything the other ones?
I don't know. I don't know.
Game-winning RBI. Look at all that.
RBI that puts you ahead, even if it was in the first inning.
Quality start.
Well, that's not an official stat.
No, but I'm just saying it's a stat. People keep track of it constantly.
Saves.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't want to get in trouble. That's why I didn't bring that up.
Well, hey, go down that road. Let's go.
That'll ruffle feathers, but yeah, that's a stat that basically was just made up. I think either by an agent or a sports writer. Nope, sports writer made it up, and there it is, saved. Meaningless.
Runner goes, got a great break. Pitch is taken for a ball, and into center field goes the throw, and nobody was at third, so
won't make any difference.
LaRoche headed that way. Stolen base for Utley, 16 for Chase Utley. The Phillies, among other things, are really good in terms of stolen base percentage, and that's 16 straight for Utley without getting caught.
Nice heads-up play by LaRoche. Yeah, if you see that shift on and you're stealing, why not just slide? Just
keep going.
Just make
turn and go.
Just just make a turn.
Yep.
I'm thinking that they might try to go to third. Inside move by Ollendorf. Scouting mission.
Utley with the steal, and going back to last year, 19 consecutive stolen bases for Utley without being caught. 2-1 count on Ryan Howard. The MVP in 2006. He's third in the league in homers with 34. He's third in RBIs with 104. Two and two. Howard doesn't agree. Three strikeouts for Ollendorf. He fanned Howard in the first inning.
I guess he's going to have to throw that curveball again here. Got him in the first inning. Is this it? No, inside move.
Dome it out.
I'm wondering if that wasn't what Domit called. There's been a little miscommunication on the signs.
2009 Pirates baseball on FSN Pittsburgh is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Southwest Airlines is ready when you are. Go to southwest.com. Listen, grab your bag. It's on.
There was a jet going by.
Oh,
that wasn't me.
and check swing, and there goes the runner for third on the wild pitch.
He went with that big hard curveball. Didn't get strike three and buried it a little too much in the dirt.
Now Howard can give the Phillies a 3-1 lead with even a ground ball to the right side. Ground ball anywhere.
Strike three.
Strike three called. Howard's woes continue against the Pirates, and especially at PNC Park. And you can see him just say there, that's not a strike.
Well, let's take a look. From that angle, it looks like a strike. There we go. From the side, how high is it? Went right over the belt. Did it have the plate? That's the only question. Because it wasn't too high. It went right across his belt. You can see that from the side. We had our
Banez drives one deep to left, but room for Millage. And the Millage people, you could hear them on that mic out in left field. You got room, you got room. That's their boy out there. McCutchen leads off. Singled, stole a base in the first, was stranded. Second time around for the Bucks against Blanton, who has struck out 3. And McCutchen drives one deep, but it's like Victorino has it measured. Well, this Thursday, Pirates conclude this homestand, 7:05 against the Phillies. T-shirt Thursday. Get one of these Pirates T-shirts, just like the one Delwyn Young is wearing, sponsored by Dale Property Services Penn. When you come to the ballpark Thursday night, 7:05, call 1-800-BUY-BUCKS or visit Pirates.com. This Thursday night as the Pirates conclude this 9-game homestand. Here's Delwyn Young now. With a bouncer to the right side, moved McCutchen to third. McCutchen was there with 1 out, but Blanton able to strike out Jones and get LaRoche to pop up.
Utley made a nice play on that bounce. Throw him out. Way to his right. Young well over 300. 310.
HK for Harry the K, Harry Callis, longtime voice of the Phillies. 2-2, and they even travel with the jacket. Put it up in the dugout, home and road, in honor of Harry Callis.
Oh, his shoes are there too.
Oh, yeah. There's a drive to right. Back goes Stairs. Warning track. And can't make the catch. Delwyn Young into second base. He's thinking 3. Here's the throw. He is
He's in there.
Safe. A good throw probably gets him, but they didn't get a good throw from Utley.
You know, a decent catch in the outfield gets him.
Yeah.
So
That's Matt Stairs out there.
They had 2 shots at him. And this ball, you know, it's pretty well hit, but it's not going to make it over the fence or anything. Stairs' best shot that went off his glove. And now when he turns to go to third, I thought, uh-oh. But the throw high and wide, he sneaks in. And with 1 out, that's just fine.
Good gamble, right?
Yeah, well, we haven't been too good at knocking guys in from third.
Yeah.
But we got the opportunity again.
And again, it's Garrett Jones.
Yeah, that's worth the gamble. That's the way you put it. If there's 2 outs, it's not worth the gamble of getting thrown out to get to third. With 1 out, it is. As long as it's, you know, it's not a ridiculous gamble. I like to say, I don't know if this is right or not, but I like to think 50-50. If you're going to be, you know, safe half the time, go ahead and push the envelope. I don't know if that's really the way you should do that or not, but that's my opinion. Like those other guys make some mistakes. Give them the opportunity to make some mistakes. You know, if they come up with a real good relay and you're out, well, you tip your hat to them. But it's not easy to throw that ball from shallow right field and put it right on the money at third. It's easy for it to leak off high or way off to the right like that one did. Like the throw did. Nice job, Delwyn.
Now 3-2. Jones hasn't seen many strikes in his 2 at-bats. 11 pitches. I think 2 have been in the strike zone. See what he gets here.
A little impatient. Jones has been much better with runners at scoring position. But that definitely was a problem early on. With runners on base anywhere, he was not hitting at all. Bases were clean. He was a monster.
Taps it foul.
That was ball 4.
That consecutive walkless streak continues for these Phillies pitchers. 34 in a third innings without allowing a free pass. but Jones probably would have walked twice if he had not been impatient. Strike three called according to Buckner.
Well, whether that was actually a strike or a ball or not doesn't make any difference to me. That was a great pitch. After all that slow stuff, to stand him up on the inside corner with a fastball, that's pitching. Was it a little inside? Maybe. Hard to tell. You know, we're off at an angle a little bit, but still, as an ex-pitcher, boy, that's pitching there. He threw all that slow stuff, change-ups down and away, got those chases. You know he's trying to protect off speed, and you stand him up on the inside corner like that. It's a heck of a job.
Impressive from Joe Blanton. Tries to get out of another jam. Three straight innings. The Pirates have had a runner at third base in less than 2 outs. First inning, McCutchen was at third with 1 out. Jones struck out. LaRoche popped up. Last inning, Millage was at third base, nobody out, and Blanton able to strike out Pierce, get Cruz to ground out with the infield in, and he struck out Ohlendorf. And he's going to get LaRoche to ground to Rollins. 3 straight innings. Blanton has buckled down. 2-1 Phillies.
In Pittsburgh is brought to you by Barrel Automotive. Barrel.com. Definitely worth the click. And by Aflac. We've got you under our wing.
It is time for the Aflac trivia question. When was the last triple play turned between the Pirates and the Phillies?
We've been talking about triple plays a lot lately.
Bruntlett had the unassisted triple play on Sunday. Became the 15th player to turn an unassisted triple play. It ended the game. Stairs struck out in the first. He is now 0 for his last 22 at bats. Matt Stairs been outstanding off the bench.
Definitely gives him that power threat coming off the bench.
4 pinch hit homers to lead the league.
And of course, you know what he's trying to do right now.
Yeah. Every time up. That's what he says he's trying to do.
Never forget that radio interview I did with him here years ago when he was a Pirate. Asked him about, you know, adjusting your swing, you know, when you get behind in the count, this or that, you know, or you ever shorten up, whatever. He just came right out and said, well, no. He goes, I try to do one thing with every swing. And I said, what's that? He goes, hit the ball in the river. Every swing I take, I'm trying to hit the ball in the river. Most guys don't take that approach. Matt's had a very long, successful career trying to separate the baseball from the ballpark.
It's a swing, and it's a pop up to center.
You see that big hack he just took? He just got underneath it.
One away. Mentioned the Eric Bruntlett triple play on Sunday. Jeff Francoeur hits the line drive. The unassisted triple play. What a way to end it, huh?
Where was Francoeur running?
I don't know. Well, Francoeur hit it, right? That was Murphy. I don't know where Murphy was running. Fly ball to left, Millage over. Willendorf trying to have a much more efficient inning here. Gets the first 2 outs on fly balls. Brings up Carlos Ruiz. Much better start for him, as you see on that graphic. Pitch count by inning.
Yeah, that was starting to become an issue. He needed a quick, easy inning. Hopefully this will be it.
Ruiz takes the strike. He popped up to Luis Cruz. And he pops up here. This time to the right fielder.
Easy inning.
Each outfielder gets a put out. 8-pitch inning for Ole. Phillies lead 2-1. Television, Bob.
Are those your nephews out there?
That's what my sister apparently thinks.
No, I see.
Boucher and Gibson are her 2 big. What do you call those things?
They're your nephews. There they are.
They're my nephews, according to her.
Yeah.
The Bouviers.
There they are. They're your nephews.
Amazing.
They're saying hi, Uncle Greg.
Uh-huh. Isn't that nice?
Hi, Uncle Greg. We're over here.
I tell you.
Oh,
pretty incredible. Nice. Very nice. Very nice. Nice touch. Domit leads off, homered in the second against Blanton. Bucks down 2-1.
Your nephews look like they're very well behaved. You're speechless.
I am. I really am.
Hi, Uncle Greg. Put us on TV.
Oh, they'll get a kick out of it when they go back and watch it later tonight.
Oh, yeah.
My nephews. Watching the replay at 11 o'clock. One ball, 2 strikes on Domit. And Blanton gets his 5th strikeout. All right, the Aflac trivia question.
It's a good one. If you've been paying attention, I think we've talked about this a couple days ago.
Last triple play turned between the Pirates and the Phillies. Now, I didn't know that you've been talking about this the last couple days.
Yeah, and I believe
Mickey Morandini, September 20th, 1992.
Yeah, I had to be there, I guess. But I believe the King of the Gypsies even has found video of that one.
What?
Yep.
The King, Pete Toma? Was this in Philly?
No, this would be just across the parking lot.
Okay. Oh, Millage, big cut, doubled in the second.
Well, I'm interested to see who the participants were in this. Who hit it? Who was running?
Oh,
it's just
sharp
rockets that ball foul.
All right, let's take a look.
King hit it. There's Bonds. He's from first. I don't know who the runner at second was. But King, Bonds.
I thought you knew.
Could have been Van Slyke. No, I wanted to look and see who the players were. I was curious.
It looked like Kurt Schilling was the pitcher. Adam Elmore found that footage, by the way.
Oh,
he gets a piece of
King.
Millage.
He's a member of the court.
A member of the court. And Millage is hit by the pitch, at least on the jersey.
Oh, look at the little puff of dirt. Watch the puff of dirt.
That makes it easy to tell, right?
Oh, yeah.
Nobody can argue that one.
Nope.
Evidence is there.
It puffed him.
Yeah.
Will he run? We've been busy on the bases. Millage has one tonight. Hutchin also with his steal of second. Millage, his theft was of third. Said before, doesn't make it easy on you if you're stealing almost no leg kick. Real quick slide step.
Oh, base hit to center for Pierce. So the Pirates have had base runners here in this ball game through 4 innings against Blanton, and now the batter Luis Cruz.
Sharply right back through the middle. Yeah, the proof that we've been doing well is that was the 70th pitch that Blanton has thrown in this game, and just in the 4th inning. We made him work. We haven't done any damage to him yet. Just that one solo run.
Bucks 0 for 8 with runners in scoring position so far, so they've had a lot of opportunities. And Cruz into center field. And looking as though Blanton's going to get out of it again.
Ollendorf now. Maybe Ross can help himself. He hasn't done much with the stick, that's for sure, but early on he was just an automatic out. The 3 hits that he does have come in the second half of his games this season. Big, we get one here.
By the way, it was Andy Van Slyke, the third component of that triple play, Bob. as you surmised. Not looking good for Ole.
Curious. I guess it had to be either running on 3-2 or a hit and run.
Bucks strand 2. And now 0 for 10 with men in scoring position, trailing 2-1.
Toma went kayaking out there yesterday on his day off.
That's a popular summer event here.
Yeah. Said he had a lot of fun doing it. Didn't know he was a boater.
Yeah. A gypsy, it's a boater. Pitcher leads off against Ohlendorf here in the 5th with the Pirates down 1.
And not only did Ole have a real easy inning last time, kept his pitches down, but he was able to finish things off with the number 8 hitter. So now he's got Blanton leading off, very weak hitter. So hopefully this inning will also go quickly. Curious what he's going to throw Rawlings on his first pitch. Should be interesting.
Rollins on deck, has seen 2 pitches, has hit 2 home runs. Oh, 2 count on Blanton. We said at the start that Ohlendorf 11-8 overall, and phenomenal work here at PNC Park. He has what is currently anyway tied for the 4th highest winning percentage for a Pirate at home since 1960. It strikes out Blanton.
What else has happened besides those 2 home runs?
Well, I'll tell you, we're going to check it out on the A&L Motors game summary. First, the home runs. 1 pitch to start the game, 1-0. Pirates tied it in the 2nd. Then Rollins, the next pitch he sees, home run, 2-1. And that is pretty much tonight's A&L Motors game summary. And he finally takes a pitch.
Fastball down.
Jason Worth, the last Philly to hit 3 home runs in a game, and May of last year by Jason Worth. 2-0 now on Rollins. McCutcheon's going to retire him.
Very routine. Nice quick 2 outs.
2 down here in the 5th. Again, the A&L Motors game summary. The Rollins homers, the Domet home run. Pirates 0 for 10 with men in scoring position. That's a big part of the story tonight so far. Just about reaching the halfway mark. But Ohlendorf, aside from the 2 Rollins swings, he's been really good. Victorino has popped to third and flied to right. In 1971, Doc Ellis was 13-3, an .867 winning percentage at Three River Stadium. 0-2 now on Victorino. Luke Walker in 1970 in Pittsburgh, Forbes Field in Three Rivers, was 11-2 for an .846 winning percentage. Rick Russell went 13-3 at Three Rivers in 1985. That was an .813 winning percentage. And now Ohlendorf, a winning percentage of .800 here at home, and he has a 1-2-3 5th inning. Ole is rolling as he has retired 8 straight. Two-one ball game. Bucks down, and leadoff man Andrew McCutcheon sent a ball to the wall in center field. His last at bat, singled, stole a base in the first. Two and one.
Blanton gets a lot of swings. Very iffy pitches. There was one there. Up in the hands.
Now, what causes that? What do you think that is?
It's just something about his delivery. Guys aren't picking up the ball very quickly. Because it doesn't look like his fastball, for instance, has a ton of movement on it.
Two and two.
It's a huge inning for Blanton. Top of the lineup up. Our speed guy leading off.
3-2. When will this streak of walkless innings end for these Phillies hurlers?
Right here, Greg.
36 straight without allowing a free pass.
Road ends on this pitch. Call for it.
You're right. What a call. Right on cue.
Yeah, I know.
Walk.
I knew it.
And now Delwyn Young tripled off the tip of Matt Stair's glove in right center and was stranded. Does McCutchen take off here?
That's what I'm wondering. Will he take off again? Had an easy steal in the first. Good lead. He's off there a ways, isn't he?
Whoa, very close.
And it was close because he was off there quite a ways. Howard being a left-handed first baseman, he doesn't have very far to go with the tag. As he's catching the ball, it's almost, you know, putting the glove right down for the tag just in the same motion. Big advantage for those lefty first basemen when it comes to the quick tag. A little late getting out there that time. Another swing of the ball out of the strike zone. Folks at home can hear the Majestic giving us a salute as it slips under the Clemente Bridge. Two and one, count in our favor.
Another beautiful sight.
Yeah, something in it. All the folks on board tonight.
2-2.
Boy, that is just gorgeous. You know, and think about the view from the boat onto the stadium. That's got to be something to see, too.
Yeah.
Now, it looked to me, unless he was just, you know, giving a little deke there, that because he knew it was going to be a pickoff. But Ruiz wants that fastball on the inside corner. Remember the one that they struck out Jones with last time? He moved in there. I don't know if that's what he was going to get or not. And that wasn't a fastball at 84. If you want that runner to take off while you have a pickoff called, reach out there and tap the ground with the glove. Make it look like, okay, come on now, I want this curveball to bounce here.
Great call. That'd be a nice deke. There he goes. Got a great jump. And he is out this time. Nice throw from Ruiz.
It's tough. Blanton gets the ball to the catcher so quick, about as quick as anybody. And the catcher does his part, makes a good throw. They'll get even the fastest runner. Ooh, that was close. Look, everything is perfect for the Phils. A little bit of a look over the shoulder. I wonder if McCutchen might not do that if he had it to do again.
A fly to right for the second out.
You know, as close as that was at second base, probably won't look again.
No more glances, because that could be the difference, right?
Oh man, that was just very bang at second base. There it is. Wow, just got the glove in.
Oh, 0-1 now on Jones, who has struck out twice. reaching. 0-2.
Foul tip.
Estabrook said he won, and that's the turkey. Garrett Jones striking out in 3 frames against Blanton. Irish don't get a man in scoring position, still trail 2-1. AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, your world delivered.
And the night of the solo home run. I don't know how your nephews are doing up.
Oh, I think they're probably enjoying this one.
Now, are those the all they can eat seats up there?
I don't believe so.
So they can't
Different
eat
section,
everything.
yeah. That might be a nice, interesting promotion to combine the all-you-can-eat seats with the pup nights on the Southwest flight deck.
Yeah, all right. That's one of them.
Yeah, I know. We saw that earlier.
Hi,
all right.
Uncle Greg.
Jeez. Okay, back to the ball game. 2-0 the count on Utley. But hey, in all seriousness, people like this stuff. Apparently the dogs do too. I mean, it's very, very popular promotion.
Now those are Bouviers, huh?
Those are Bouviers, yeah. Well, they got all kinds of dogs out there, Bob, as you know.
Isn't it Jacqueline Kennedy's middle name?
Oh, you're very good. Very clever. A little assist from Greg, our stage manager. That's right. Now, can you tell me some of these breeds, Bob, that you see?
No.
You can.
Pug? Is that a pug?
That looks like a pug.
That's right there. That's a pug.
Yeah.
Okay, I got one. That's more than.
That's
I mean, how many do you want me to do?
I don't know. Maybe you can.
Jack Russell. Jack Russell Terrier.
I don't know.
Either do I, but I took a shot at it.
That's a good one.
Same colors, kind of.
Yeah. Jammed him, fouled out of play. Okay, that's a poodle.
Yeah, we get the poodle. Oh, maybe that's not a poodle.
I'm hearing a Wheaton Terrier from the Gypsies.
I wonder if they have dogs down the trailer.
Three and 2 the count. Now that's your basic German Shepherd, isn't it?
Yeah. Sharp nose.
Now that is a.
Some of these could just be dogs. You don't have to have a purebred, do you?
No, I don't think that's a requirement. See these dogs, they just love it. These dogs just absolutely love this.
Night at the ball yard.
Don't they? Look at them.
Yeah.
Having a grand old time.
Yeah. Is that Chihuahua?
You're right. Don't have to be purebreds.
That's a dingo on the right there.
Is it?
Yeah.
Fly ball. McCutchen. Wait, how about, does any infielder have an assist yet tonight? We've got.
What's that have to do with the dogs?
Well, we're going back to the game for just a moment, and then we'll get back to the dogs. 6 strikeouts for Ole.
Yeah, there's
not one ground ball out.
No. There was a ground ball. We had a man at third.
No, I'm talking about against
Cruz hit a ground ball. Oh, against us.
Yeah,
against us.
No Pirate infielder has had an assist.
Ole's really gone through a transformation. Remember?
Oh yeah, Mr. Sinker. Yeah. Now, how about that son of a gun?
It's like horse size, isn't it?
Wow.
Is that a pony or a dog?
Saint Bernard, the size of one, but it sure doesn't look like.
That's got to be Great Danish, huh?
Maybe so. I guess Great Danes aren't that big, aren't they? Well, that thing is.
That's what I had for breakfast today. I had a Great Danish. Oh, come on now. Got a pitcher's duel going here. Wake up. You're like a Philly fan brought that. That's why. They have like little water stations up there for them. What if they get thirsty? What if the Bouviers need a drink? What kind of water does a Bouvier drink?
I wish I knew more about that breed. I honestly don't. I know nothing about them other than that they're large, and that's tiny.
Yeah, that's got to be a Chihuahua.
I'm gonna say no.
I'm gonna say it's not a Chihuahua.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's not a Chihuahua. But do you have any idea how many phone calls and letters
the FSN's getting right now?
And over the next few days,
can we please see the game?
The Pirate, no, well that too, but the Pirate front office and FSN explaining what these dogs are. The owners are, I mean, 3-2 on Ryan Howard. Struck out swinging in the first, looking in the third. And the shift on.
As it should be. Young is almost like a rover. I'm right.
And Howard
beat the shift.
Sure did. Into the corner. 1 out double for Ryan Howard.
But everybody in the field over on that side except for the third baseman and the left fielder, he still found a hole for a double. Still no ground balls.
Ryan Howard, that's just his 3rd hit in his last 28 at bats here at PNC Park.
He didn't hit that one all that hard either. That was kind of off the end of the bat a little.
It's not just PNC Park. Pirates pitchers in general in his career came in batting only 148 against the Bucks.
Hit that well over at their place either. Not like he does everybody else.
His 14th hit in 91 career at bats against the Pirates. That double by Ryan Howard. Ibanez walked and sent Lastings Millage to the warning track and left his last time up. And a fly ball to Jones. Another fly ball. Not one ground ball out for Ohlendorf.
Perry Hill's not liking this.
No. 11 outs recorded in the air. 6 strikeouts. I'm sure Joe Kerrigan liking what he sees. Just 4 hits from the top offenses in the league against Ohlendorf, and the 2 runs coming on solo homers from Jimmy Rollins. Matt Stairs has struck out and flied to center.
Here comes your ground ball, Greg. Ground ball to Pierce.
Okay. Doman's going to ask for it right now.
Yeah. Say, maybe a real good curveball. We'll get a ground ball to Pierce and get back to the bat rack.
Doman has the only assist tonight. That was on Stairs' first inning strikeout. John Russell has pointed out to us a handful of times in the past that one of the reasons why Ohlendorf has not gone deep in games is because after he reaches the 90 pitch mark, opposition hits 350 against him. That's his 86th pitch to Stairs. Ball 1. Ohlendorf went 7+ into the 8th inning. Last time out on Tuesday against the Brewers. (2-0) threw 103 pitches his last time.
Use that aggressiveness against him. Here he is. Everyone knows he's trying to hit one into the water. It's 2-0. Huge swing at a fastball, and he gets a changeup. So the bat is gone before the ball ever got there. Had a very aggressive hitter up there. You use that against him.
Pitch in the dirt, and now 3-1. Ohlendorf wants an appeal, but by this time, a little late. Estabrook says no. 3-1.
I think Ross wanted it right away.
Yeah.
Right about now, Ross is pointing to third, but he didn't go.
Walk Stairs.
Off the plate by a smidgen.
3rd walk, and now Joe Kerrigan. Before, during, or after the game, stop by the Trip Total Media Hall of Fame Club at PNC Park. Hall of Fame Club open to all fans. You don't need a special ticket. Offers a full menu plus select drink specials at the full service bar. For more information, go to pirates.com or just stop by on the day of the game. Don't forget $2.50 beer specials after every game. Specials include all beers. The Trip Total Media Hall of Fame Club, located just below the southwest flight deck in left field here at PNC Park. Check it out. You'll like it. Some plaques there from some Pirate Hall of Famers, including Paul Wainer, Big Poison. Pedro Feliz has lined out to center and flied to left.
And not only really a nice place to visit there, but you also, as you can see by our shot, big open windows. You can watch a couple innings of baseball from there. Nothing wrong with that at all. And if you got your dog with you, just head up on the roof. On the roof.
I
got to get away from the dogs. I've gone to the dogs tonight.
Yeah, really. One ball, one strike.
94. He hasn't really thrown all that hard tonight. Not been too many of them in those mid-90 areas.
Ground ball.
Assist
For Andy LaRoche, first ground ball out recorded tonight. Pirates still trail by only one. Tonight's Coors Light Freeze Cam. Take a look at the jump that Andrew McCutchen got on Joe Blanton in the first inning. That stolen base.
There's the jump. Freeze it. Look at that. Blanton's foot is 2 inches off the ground, and McCutchen already on his way.
Coors Light Freeze Cam, brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Andy LaRoche, a fly ball to center field. Back is Victorino. Nice grab. The all-star center fielder, flying Hawaiian to retire LaRoche.
Where's the pitch? Belt high. Like a slider. LaRoche hammered, but Victorino back there in time. Into the padding.
Dolman has accounted for the only Pirates run. His solo blast in the second. Souvenir. Two more games on this homestand. Come on out tomorrow night, 7:05, and then Thursday night, 7:05, against the world champs. Three and one on Doman.
Give in very often on those 3-1 pitches. It's almost automatic. He's going off speed. Gotta go change up again.
And it's a walk. 100th pitch of the game, a free pass. Check out tonight's Verizon Wireless Road Ahead upcoming games on the FSN TV schedule, and here at PNC Park, the Pirates tomorrow and Thursday, and then on the road in Milwaukee. Friday night airtime 8 o'clock, Saturday night at 7, and Sunday afternoon at 2. Now that Saturday game is a radio only game on FM News Talk 104.7 and our network affiliate stations. But the Bucks will be on TV. Start the road trip in Milwaukee. And then it's on to Cincinnati after that. Lastings Millage doubled in the second and stole a base, hit by a pitch in the fourth. Said the Pirates 0 for 10 with men in scoring position tonight. Millage came into tonight's game hitting Overall 233. His average with Pittsburgh and the Washington Nationals 253 as a Bucko. But with men in scoring position, 364. Domit's not there yet and won't be here as this ball's popped up to Utley. The second out. Pierce has struck out and singled.
They would try to catch Phillies by surprise and let Domit run. Didn't he steal one on this homestand?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what Domit would have to do. It would have to be just a surprise, get out there, and when you think they're not looking, leave early. Get a couple steps in before Blanton throws the ball home.
Another appeal. No, according to Mike Everett. Pierce with a couple of home runs.
Be a good time for number 3.
It's 3-0. You give a young guy like Pierce the green light, Bob?
Blanton does not like that pitch.
That call.
Oh, that call, yeah. Yeah, I think you could. Wouldn't be unheard of.
3-1 now.
He does have some pop in his bat. The thing about the green light is
drive to left. 3-1 pitch is out of here. The Pirates lead the Phillies as Steve Pierce launches his 3rd home run with 2 outs in the 6th inning.
Well, there's that 3-1 pitch that was off speed. Pierce, I think, sitting off speed. He's watching over there. He sees it. You know, nobody gets a fastball in those 3-ball counts. This definitely was not a heater. It looked like a little slider. Not much doubt when this leaves the bat. Right down the middle. Eyes on the ball.
Bucks up by 1, and now Luis Cruz.
I was about to say, I think what you really have to go by with the hitters is how much trust do you have in the hitter to not expand the strike zone 3-0 just because he has a green light? Is he still going to, you know, just sit on one pitch in one certain spot, and if he doesn't get it, go after it? If he does get it, go after it. If he doesn't, then take it. That's what it is. And some veteran guys will be like that. And some young guys also will already show that type of discipline. And that's what you got to know.
And Cruz grounds out to Rollins. Steve Pierce, one of the bigger home runs he's hit in his young major league career. Pirates now lead by 1. 3-2 lead in the 6th inning over the world champions in the first of this 3-game series. So we now have that $24 ticket down to $21. Those left and right field box seats coming up during that series against the St. Louis Cardinals. We'll total it up all series long against the Phillies. Umpiring crew checking something out here.
I wonder what they're looking at.
C.B. Buckner out to talk with the crew chief Brian Gorman, who now relays something to Charlie Manuel. Joe Blanton at the end not looking at the home plate umpire. Well, now he does. During the break, Rich Doobie trying to settle him down, and Blanton fired a did that get through the?
Yeah, they threw that out on the field.
Surprising he's going to get away with that. Really, it's incredible. I mean, if they know that he did that and he didn't get tossed, that's amazing.
I mean, Greg, he said he was sorry.
Okay, you're right.
He said, "My bad."
Yeah, sorry about that.
Saw him,
I didn't mean to fire a water bottle at you.
Did you see that? He said, "My bad." He was trying to throw it in there. He's been missing high a lot tonight.
What would the reason have been for then the umpires to go over and talk to Charlie Manuel?
They wanted the time that his apologies accepted.
And Charlie, just want to let you know, we saw him apologize after he threw that water bottle at us. Apology accepted.
And you saw Charlie say, "Okay."
Yep. Game back on. Here we go.
Right.
See, these are the things.
What?
Just baseball made simple.
Now, see, he tries to throw it in the trash, and it just went high, obviously. They're talking about it.
They threw a water bottle at that guy right there.
Yeah.
Now, if a fan does that, fans ejected automatically. But player, no, it's okay. In fact, wasn't a fan in trouble when they threw some beer on Shane Victorino in Chicago? Did the fan, maybe the fan didn't say, "Oh, sorry, Shane, my bad."
No, he didn't. He tried to hide.
That's what happened.
They didn't find him for a couple of days. So that's the wrong way to go about it. Do something wrong, get a fess up. That's the way it is.
Well, he's out of the game. Now, whether he was ejected or not, we won't know until later, but we do know that Eric Bruntlett will bat for Blanton.
Well, he's down, he's losing, he's over 100 pitches.
He's apologizing to umpires. Bruntlett bats for Blanton, and the Pirates leading by 1. Ohlendorf, by the way, gets his second ground ball. There's a line drive for Bruntlett into the corner.
Cut it off.
Bases.
No, not going to get there. The only thing that would be fast enough to get to that baseball would have been a Bouvier.
Probably so. Tyler Walker will be the next pitcher. Jimmy Rollins has homered twice and flied out. And now John Russell going to go to the mound. 99 pitches. We talked about that just a few moments ago. What the opposition does after 90 pitches, and Russell gets Ohlendorf out of there after Ohlendorf allows the 1-out double. Columbia Gas 8-1-1 call to the pen. Pirates lead by 1. Bullpen coming on. go Wrigley Field. Shane Victorino going back to make the catch, and a fan dumps a beer on him. But as Bob said, the problem with this guy is he hid. And he didn't apologize and say my bad until after he was turned himself in a couple days later. And now Blanton, he fires the water bottle. Now he right away will say my bad.
But here's another thing, too. He obviously...
Well, actually, he didn't do it right away, Bob.
He's trying to throw it in the trash can. We can see the trash can right there. He just missed it. He's been missing high.
Sorry about that.
He's been missing high. There was no trash can on the warning track at Wrigley Field. I did not see a trash can out there.
And by the looks of... it looked as though Rich Doobie was delivering the message that he was done anyway. So, out of the game regardless.
There it is.
There we are.
Right there. He was trying to throw it right in that trash can and missed high. That's all. I do it 3 or 4 times a night up here.
Yeah, I know it.
Throw for the trash can, I miss high.
And now it's up to Hanrahan to keep that man Bruntlett from scoring. See a lot of trash can misses.
Yep. The trash cans are tough to hit in those dugouts. Is there a messier place after a ball game ever anywhere than inside of a big league dugout?
No. Two on Rollins.
Hanrahan's numbers on the year.
Rollins 2 for 10 in his career against Hanrahan.
Good walk by Doman. Keeps Bruntlett at second. Bruntlett would have loved to move over to third base on that ball in the dirt. Just one out.
Good looking pitch from Hanrahan. Strikes out Rollins.
Hanrahan has great tools. We know that. And when it comes to just his pitches, they're outstanding. Very hard thrower. It can at times throw in the upper 90s, not just mid 90s.
Rollins completely fooled. Hanrahan has given up 3 earned runs in his last 19 games, covering 16 innings. Kerrigan to deliver a message here.
What's Hanrahan's numbers against Victorino and Utley? Just out of curiosity.
Utley only 4 appearances, 1 for 3 with a walk, a couple of strikeouts, and Victorino 2 for 4.
Not really a lot to go on there. You got to get a few more bats than that before you can start drawing any conclusions.
Victorino loves playing against the National League Central. And 402 against teams within this division where the Pirates reside.
2 of the guys on that list are in the American League. The old double flap ear helmet. Double ear flap helmet.
Snap throw by Doman.
Got away from Doman. So if it was a double flap ear helmet, it would be a helmet just for your ear.
Sure.
Nobody wears it, just an ear
I haven't
helmet.
seen that yet. No.
The helmets, they fit over your whole head. They're not just ear.
All
helmets.
inclusive. Yep.
Ear flap helmet. Not one of the space agents with all the vents in it either.
No. A 3-1 count on Shane Victorino. Ohlendorf out of the game. Chance to win if the bullpen can hold it. Up by 1. Fly ball to right. Jones. Well done by Hanrahan. A 1-out double by Brundtland. He is stranded. Book closed on Ohlendorf. 3-2 Pirates. But it's the first assist by an infielder the whole game, and it comes with 2 outs in the 6th inning. It's ground ball to Andy LaRoche. And then ground ball to start the 7th inning. Tonight's Mercedes-Benz E-Class attention assist of the game. It's the line on Ohlendorf. Tyler Walker will take over for the Phillies.
Walker's numbers on the year. Opposition batting average is .229 and 2 bats, 4 walks, 18 innings.
That bullpen last 10 games for the Phillies, a 1.14 ERA covering almost 23 innings. Opposition batting .171 during that stretch against the Phillies relievers. And for good measure, the bullpen hasn't given up a home run in 34 consecutive innings. Ramon Vasquez bats for Joel Hanrahan. Oh, 2 count.
Forkball action.
Walker hasn't fared all that well in his career against Pittsburgh, giving up 7 runs in just over 10 innings. Though Walker did earn the victory in Philly. And he pitched a scoreless top of the 9th in what was looking to be a cakewalk for Pittsburgh. Pirates were leading 7-3. But the Phillies sent 9 men to the plate in the bottom of the 9th inning and won it. Scoring 5 runs off Matt Capps. Walk-off base hit by Paul Bacco. Tyler Walker was the winner. Capps looking as though he's getting back into his maybe could you say 2007 form? His last couple outings have been real strong. The new look for Matt Capps.
Matt's been trying to do a little more pitching than just throwing, I think, of late. That's been part of it. He likes to work out with that heavy ball. It makes the baseball feel like a ping pong ball when you get it in your hand.
One down, swing and a miss on the 3-2 offering. Andrew McCutchen now on base 2 more times. I said earlier, Jay Happ will start the finale of this series on Thursday. Happ leads all rookies in wins with 10. Best ERA at 2.59 among rookie pitchers.
Yeah, we've been talking rookie of the year a lot around here, obviously, with Jones and McCutchen in our lineup. But I've kind of forgot to even think about pitchers.
Tommy Hanson has been phenomenal with Atlanta too since his call up.
Always comparing other outfielders, other regular players, but yeah, there's some pitchers that are doing something this year also.
Tommy Hanson, Randy Wells with the Cubs has 9 wins. So it's going to be very competitive down the stretch.
Well, I don't see anybody just running away with it, that's for sure.
It looked like a clear cut. It was really clear cut in 2004 when Jason Bay became the first Pirate ever to win Rookie of the Year. He and Khalil Green of then the Padres were the 2 leading contenders. And here are a couple of contenders, Garrett Jones and Andrew McCutchen, where they rank among rookies. Count stays at 2-2 on Andrew McCutchen. Of course, a lot of the other players got head starts on both McCutchen and Jones.
Yeah, that will hurt him. You can never, it's not fair to say, well, this guy would have done this or that, but it's fun to say that. And if Jones and McCutchen would have been doing the entire year what they've done in the time they've been here, they would be clear-cut runaways.
Line to left, and it is foul.
A lot of people made the trip 76. The old Philly colors on the left there. Maroons.
Walker gets McCutchen.
2 hitters, 2 strikeouts. Walker's K. Needs to be official show called that Walker's K.
Delwyn Young now 1 for 3 tonight. Thanks, by the way, to Tim Benz, who involved in one of our sister radio stations. Tells us that one of the dogs we were showing was a Labradoodle.
wonder if that was the one we thought might be a poodle.
Might have been. Hypoallergenic, great for kids who have allergies. Popped up. It'll be a 1-2-3 inning for the first time against Pittsburgh. Tyler Walker enjoys that 1-2-3 7th inning. On to the 8th, Pittsburgh leading Philly by 1. Former first-round pick won his 3rd straight start, 5 shutout frames. Neil Walker continues his surge, 2 for 4. Double, drove in a couple. And Pedro Alvarez was 0 for 2, though he walked 3 times and also picked up another RBI. 326 average, 10 homers, 33 RBIs for him. And heading to the Arizona Fall League, Jose Tabata, Donnie Veal, Chase Darno, Daniel Moscos, Tony Watson, and Brian Friday. Players heading to the Arizona Fall League. Watson, the left-hander out of the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, a 9th-round pick 2 years ago. Chase Darno out of Pepperdine, a 4th-rounder last year. Brian Friday, a 3rd-round pick 2 years ago out of Rice. Here's Phil DeMatre making his 2nd appearance since he had surgery late last summer. By the way, we just finished up our news and notes from the minor leagues. Tim Alderson acquired from the Giants in the Freddie Sanchez deal tonight at AA Altoona. 7 innings, 1 earned run on 5 hits. For the most part, he has been as advertised. Now, these Philly fans, we're told by some longtime Pirate season ticket holders, plural, that they can be as tough generally as any visiting fans to Pittsburgh. And you could see the Parrot trying to give it back to one of those Philly fans. Said, check the scoreboard out.
Well, the Phillies, they got a lot to crow about right now. They're playing as well as anybody, defending champions. A lot of them came over. They're feeling pretty happy right now, that's for sure. But as the Parrot did, you can always point to the scoreboard right now. They are down.
DeMatre gets Utley, did a pop-up to left. And a great try, but
Utley's going to second.
Yep, and he is going to make it. Millage gave it all he had. He just doesn't have the wheels to make that catch.
It did not look like 2 off the bat, that's for sure. I mean, it's a jam shot. You think, oh, it was starting with a pop-up, and now you start to get a little concerned. And it gets away. A little bit of a trouble by Cruz picking the ball up. Barehanded, he had to go back a 2nd time, and Utley decided to gamble, and the gamble paid off. going to second. Cruz couldn't pick it up right away. He's watching, and now he's committed.
Tying run in scoring position. Ryan Howard doubled his last time up.
Oh, the Parrot got him. Oh, look, he's got the super gun too. Look at that. Oh, look at that silly string gun. He got like 12 cans at once.
He meant business, didn't he?
Oh.
Came prepared. Philly fans coming to town. Ryan Howard is batting .194 against left-hand pitching this season.
A lot of high fives for the Parrot. They saw that. That'll teach those Phillies. What the heck is a filly anyway? Isn't that like a young female horse?
You were a Philly. You ought to know. Don't ask me.
They should have some horses on their chest or something. Oh, they just got buried in silly swing. Silly string.
Let's see if we have a Ryan Howard silly swing here.
Yes, we will. A little breaking ball down and away. Oh, not far enough. Almost. That has to be about another 6 inches outside, and you would have the silly swing. Down and away. Throw it again. He'll chase. He's in the swing mood.
Pirates have a left-hander in their bullpen again with Demontre back. See Chan-Ho Park loosening up for the Phillies.
That breaking ball out there again. Right about there. See, not away. That ball had plate. Got to get it away. Jesse. All right, again. Not so low. Just down and away. A little below the knees, a little off the plate.
Shot right at first, but that will, of course, move the runner. Howard gets Utley to third.
They hung that one, so that was a good result. Not a very good location for that pitch. It was hung right down the middle, and Pierce got a one-hopper. Turns it into the out.
This is Chase Utley, by the way, on the pop-up. We got a message from someone watching the game saying, did he touch first?
Yes, he did.
He did. Got the toe on the bag.
Right foot on the bag.
So he is now at third. Ryan Howard gets him over there, and it's Raul Ibanez who has walked and flied out twice with the infield in.
Is that who called you?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, it was Gibson who called.
Gibson's over here.
Yeah, that's Gibson. That's Gibby. Nephew Gibby.
Those Bouviers, they have sharp eyes. Herd dogs, aren't they?
They are, yep.
I got some sheep over at the house. Can I borrow them?
Line. Oh, what a play by Cruz! Luis Cruz fired up.
He's pumped. He is pumped up.
With the infield in, this bullet. Quick reaction. 2 outs.
Well, that was a real quick reaction. That ball hit very hard. He didn't have much time. Excellent.
That will be it for Demontre as Luis Cruz makes the play on the line, shot by Ibanez. Russell will go to a right-hander with Jason Worth being announced as the pinch hitter. Columbia Gas 811 call to the pen. Pirates lead. Paco's leading at 3-2. Now Jesse Chavez looks for the final out of this 8th inning. His 58th appearance. Faces Jason Worth. See his numbers. Worth batting .269 with 29 homers, 79 RBIs. He's 0 for 3 as a pinch hitter. Tying run at third. One ball, one strike.
It really hits the lefties very hard. Obviously, one of the reasons you go back to the right-hander, the right on right.
He has been on a tear last 12 games, hitting .340 with 6 homers and 10 RBIs. Worth not sure about that call from CB Buckner.
A little paint on the corner, down and away. Right there.
Oh, Jesse Chavez with some cheese.
Right on by. My best right down the middle, and he beat him with it. Just threw the ball right past him.
Garrett Jones struck out 3 times tonight. Let's take a look again.
I mean, it's belt high out over the plate. That's just overpowering.
0-1 count. 1 ball, 1 strike on Garrett Jones. That's a huge out for Jesse Chavez, and pretty professional reaction there. Fired up, but certainly didn't show off in any way. No showing up the opponent here. A little spin, that's about it.
Momentum was taking him that way anyway. No cartwheels off the field. It's just, I like that, Jack.
No apologies.
Act like you've done it before.
Yeah. 2-2 as Garrett Jones looked like he's trying to make up that one swing.
Like you act like no other outcome was possible.
Yeah.
So
yeah, like you'd be surprised if anything else had happened.
Yeah. The routine happened, so why get excited about it?
Full count. Tyler Walker's given up just a couple of homers in 20 innings.
Trying to crowd Jones tonight. You don't want him to get his arms extended. They go fastball, they go on the hands.
You see the defense. Some teams have done the overshift against Garrett Jones, moving that shortstop over to the right side. Third baseman playing the shortstop position, but the Phillies do give Garrett Jones that left center field gap.
No, he didn't go.
Insurance run aboard. Now, would Andy LaRoche be asked to bunt here, Bob, do you think? Be unusual. Cleanup man. But he's not your typical cleanup hitter either.
But I would still be surprised by it. I mean, we have the lead.
He has struggled 1 hit in his last 14 at bats. He did hit a ball to the wall in center field.
You know, he's going to bunt.
Yeah, he is.
You're right.
They went on that fishing expedition to find out what was LaRoche's intent. And he started to run that right hand up the barrel of the bat.
A spy plane flew over and they picked it up.
Well, very obvious there.
Fastball in.
Runner goes.
Somebody missed a sign.
Runner took off. The ball was bunted up in the air, foul to the right. Roche has successfully bunted 4 times this season.
Somebody, not sure exactly who missed a sign there, but I'm thinking it might have been Garrett Jones. But there
goes again.
And we bunted again.
How about that?
I don't know. How about that?
Yeah. Runner takes off. LaRoche bunts. Sacrifice.
I don't know, Greg. The reason you're not running on a bunt is because if he takes it and and you don't have a good jump, you're thrown out. That's now, if it's just a sacrifice, you're not trying to take any risks. We're giving up and out to move you over to second base. So why are you going to take a risk? That's why you don't see guys running on a sacrifice bunt.
What I think was most unusual about it, it almost had to be a missed sign, but it happened again.
Yeah, I'm saying that it wasn't a missed sign now.
Well, here we go. That explains that something wasn't. I mean, now Varsho talking to LaRoche about it.
Well, then, you know.
But why did they didn't straighten it out after
the first one? Well, then why didn't Tony Beasley call time and go down and say, "What are you doing?"
Right.
I don't know. Now I'm really confused. I was confused before, but now I don't know. Now Paul's trying to. What's going on?
Everybody's trying to explain to Andy LaRoche.
What happened? What did you see?
Yeah. The intentional walk to Domit brings up Lasting's millage.
You're on the radio tomorrow.
Yes.
There's one of your questions.
Yep. Thank you very much. That's right. The John Russell Show, the pregame. I'll mark that down now. Millage has doubled, hit by a pitch, popped up. And he would love to foil their strategy here.
Giving him some room in left center. That would be obviously it's deep out there. That's the best place to put one. You want to score everybody, clear the bases. Roll one out to that 410 sign. Doman will be able to score.
A fly ball to center. Time to check out the Aspen Dental play that made you smile. Steve Pearce comes to the plate here in the 6th inning with 2 outs, down a run. It's his 3rd home run of the season, and the Bucks take a 3-2 lead. That's where we stand. The Aspen Dental play that made you smile. And here's Pearce at the plate now. Fly ball. Victorino. So no room for error for Matt Capps as he tries to continue his strong homestand. Pirates up by 1 on to the 9th.
Airlines is ready when you are. Go to southwest.com. Grab your bag. It's on.
If you're traveling and can't watch your Pirates on FSN, you can always catch the game on your computer with MLB.tv. The ultimate baseball experience featuring 100 out-of-market games per week live on your computer. And you can catch those that you miss on demand. For more details, visit Pirates.com, where baseball is always on. Caps trying to get back on track and saves his 23rd game of the season on Friday night with a scoreless 7th inning.
It's not a pretty, line of stats, that's for sure. The saves is great. He's got 3 blown saves all year. That's fantastic. But I guess what that says more than anything else is he's pitched well when he's had to. When it hasn't been a save situation, things have not gone very well for him.
One of the big implosions of the year we already discussed against the Phillies. Just before the All-Star break, Pirates had that game seemingly well in hand with Caps on the hill for that 9th inning. Bouncing ball, 1 pitch. Delwyn Young handles on to first. One away, and good game. Ray Shuro, the executive vice president and general manager of the Pittsburgh Penguins, on hand to see it. What a job he has done. 17,049 the announced paid attendance tonight here in Pittsburgh for game 1 of the 3-game series. Carlos Ruiz comes to the plate with 1 out in the top of the 9th. Line to left, and Ruiz will get to second. In scoring position.
That went after him with the fastball, and Ruiz was waiting on it. Ben Francisco is going to be the pinch hitter. You see Ruiz jump all over that fastball and hit it for extra bases.
Francisco is 1 for 6 as a pinch hitter in a Phillies uniform since being acquired from the Cleveland Indians in the Cliff Lee deal. 36 at bats, 2 homers as a Philly, hit 10 home runs in 89 games with the Tribe. Strike 1.
Start him out with a slider right on the outside part of the plate. Good pitch. As we were talking earlier about Caps has been doing better of late, and I mentioned that he's been pitching more, using the slider, trying to develop that changeup.
Fly ball to left. Millage back over his head. Game tied. And Francisco will head to third. No, he'll put on the brakes. It is 3-3. Ben Francisco ties it with a double into the gap in left center.
I think this was an off-speed pitch. Yep, that was a breaking ball. But he hasn't been just pumping fastballs like he does at times. And when he's throwing the ball real hard, he goes out, pumps fastballs, it works. But as Matt gets older, he realizes that he's not always going to have that great fastball, not always going to be able to overpower hitters. He overpowered Rollins with that one, 95.
Back-to-back doubles after 1 out. Rollins hit 2 homers on 2 pitches against Ross Ohlendorf, who will not get his 12th win of the season, as Caps blows the save here in the 9th. Blanton off the hook. No win for Ohlendorf. Breaking ball for a strike to Rollins. Drive to right. Over is Jones to make the catch. Tagging at second. Francisco moves to third. 2 away.
It's all right that he moved over there with 2 outs. Nothing hurt. The big thing was to get that second out.
Batter now, Shane Victorino. Tonight, 0 for 4.
Good example right now why it's so tough facing the Phillies. It's pick your poison when they need just 1 hit.
McCutchen misjudged it. McCutchen misjudges it, and Victorino will wind up at third base, and the Phillies lead it 4-3.
Wow. Talk about the unexpected. Earlier in the game, we were talking about a ball that he came in on right away and made a great play. Well, he was trying to do the same thing. Problem was, this one was hit over his head. Maybe the swing early in the game was like a bad pitch down and away, where the hitter, I can't remember now who it was reaching and was fooled by it, came off the end of the bat. This here is a different story. And, you know, Andrew has to freeze for a moment on that ball to figure out how hard is it hit before he makes a move. And he got trapped. He was trying to make a great play, came in right away, and that ball had good backspin and just carried over his head.
The Phillies have stunned the Pirates again in the 9th inning. Here's the play again.
You see that much different swing than that one that happened earlier in the ball game. The different pitch location, and that, you know, I think for sure he was reading the swing earlier. That time he didn't. Did not read where the pitch was. Like it was right there.
2-1 on Utley. Brad Lidge experiencing similar troubles to Caps. For the most part, getting the job done, but an ERA of 6.75 to go along with his 25 saves.
I know Lidge did a great job last year. But after seeing him struggle so much in Houston, I personally have a hard time trusting him as an everyday closer. I know he did. He was great last year when they won that World Championship, especially against the Pirates. When he was with the Astros, he really had a tough time with us in those 9th innings. You know what was odd, Greg? Remember when he was in the setup role, or even back when he was pitching in the 7th when he first came to the Astros? We couldn't touch him. He got in that 9th inning situation, and it was a different story, especially for Nady and Bay, those 2 guys. And that's back when he was throwing 99, 100 mile an hour.
Bounce to Delwyn Young. The inning started with a routine ground ball to Delwyn Young. It ends with a routine ground ball, but nothing routine in between as the Phillies scored twice. The Pirates need to pick up one. As we mentioned, Brad Lidge has a lot of saves, but has not pitched all that well this season. And 33 save opportunities on the year. 24 saves, but he's 0-4 in these situations with a 6.44 ERA. Overall numbers there. 0-5, 6.75. Spent some time on the disabled list in June with a sprained right knee. And he's 12 out of 14 in save chances since coming off the DL.
Now the Pirates will send up Cruz. It looks like Moss is on deck circle. And then back to the top of the lineup with McCutchen. McCutchen, boy, he's got to be chomping at the bit to do something special now.
Wanting a redeemer for sure. Luis Cruz 0 for 3. Lidge has 20 career saves against Pittsburgh, the most against any team. Going back to his successful years with the Astros. Strike one on Cruz.
How many does he have?
20.
Against us?
Yes.
Kidding me.
And a base hit. He also has 5 blown saves against Pittsburgh.
This must be the 5 I remember.
Luis Cruz with a base hit. And we understand it's also the most blown saves against any team as well. So McCutchen wants a redeemer. He's on deck, but this guy at the plate also in need of a redeemer for his struggles lately. Brandon Moss.
Instead, if we got the signs straightened out.
Yeah.
In the last inning, we had a little confusion going on. Moss a long look down at Beasley.
In the dirt, runner will go up at least 90 feet.
I see a 6 blown save on the horizon here tonight.
Wild pitch has the tying run in scoring position for the Buccos. Brian Bixler will now pinch run for Cruz. Luis Cruz, a big leadoff hit in the bottom of the 9th, and now Bixler can score on a base hit perhaps. base, hit to right. That's hit too hard, and Bixler had to freeze.
He'll score now.
Dropped, and Beasley says go now, but it's a little late, and he'll score anyway. And going into second is Moss. Bixler froze. Beasley said go. By the time he picked up the go sign, Worth had picked up the baseball. Tie game.
Ball was hit hard. It's a line drive. Bixler freezes. Can't go anywhere. Worth has got to know that, and for some reason, just dropped the baseball. There was not going to be a play anywhere. There was no reason for him to get in a hurry. He dropped it.
Now look who's at the plate, Bob.
Yep.
McCutchen. Well, moments ago, misjudged the line drive hit by Victorino. Went as a triple. Gave the Phillies the lead. Now he can win it. Moss at second. Nice job by Moss, the pinch hit.
Rifled that ball, didn't he?
Fly ball. Right center field. Victorino is. It's gone! It's gone! There's your redeemer! How about that one? Andrew McCutchen has won it! What drama at PNC Park!
That's a turnaround for you there. And that's number 6 for Lidge. Oh my. Look at that. Now that's how you make up. That's how you say my bad.
That's unbelievable. Charlie Manuel is stunned. What a finish. Unbelievable. Watch the bench. They sense it. Gone.
You know that shot of the bench? That's not a team that's looking forward to the end of the year.
McCutchen, the rookie, his 8th home run, and it's a walk-off. What a finish to beat the world champions. And that's just game 1 of 3. Our next telecast of Pirates baseball on FSN Pittsburgh tomorrow night. Game 2 of the 3-game series. Battle of lefties. Paul Maholm for the Buccos. Cole Hamels, World Series MVP for the Phils. Tim Neverett, John Wanger bring you the TV call. Coverage begins with the pregame at 6:30 right here on FSN, bringing the game to you. Once again, the final on Andrew McCutchen's walk-off 2-run homer, 6-4. For Bob Walk and our entire FSN crew, Greg Brown saying thanks for watching. Post game is next.